YouTube. I'm aware of a lot of people having doing these pick'ems already, but I wanted to make my pick'ems for Worlds, and yeah, let me know what you guys end up choosing, and we'll see who ends up having the highest score. So the first pick'ems is who will be picked the most during Champion Select at Worlds. So what champion do I think will be played a lot at Worlds? Um, let's take a look at the most recent patch. Um, because this is the Worlds patch. So Hecarim, Kalista, Kayn, Lulu. So at first I thought about Hecarim maybe being picked quite a bit. Hecarim was like my first initial thought for champion that would be picked a lot. Maybe a champion that can be played in more one role. Maybe Ashe. Ashe would probably be another one because you can play Ashe in AD carry and Ashe in support. And she also just got buffed. So to be honest, I think I'll go with Ashe without thinking too much about it. Who will be banned the most during champion select at Worlds? So the most OP champion. We are in an Enchanter support meta, so my first thought would be to ban Enchanter support, maybe Yuumi. Like Yuumi is being picked quite a bit, and I don't see her being nerfed. So I could imagine Yuumi being banned for AD carries. I feel like it's a very bot lane focused meta, even though it's slightly um, more top lane focused now, with some bot lane champions being nerfed. I still think at least some teams will play for bot lane. But yeah, without thinking too much about it, I will just go for Yuumi. Who will have the highest win rate at Worlds, minimum 5 games played? Um, so this either has to be a champion that is actually just OP, or a champion that is unique to some of the better teams at Worlds, which would probably be like LCK, LPL, and maybe LEC. But I don't really have like a unique pick that they specifically play that other regions don't. So thinking here maybe a mid lane champion. What would they play a lot in? Sylas could be a shout. Why something that's like a counter pick? I don't think having. I think something that is being picked as a counter at late stages of the draft will typically mean that it will do good. That way, hopefully, also will have high win rates. So Sylas. Born is also not bad, but I'm not sure how much it's gonna be played. Maybe Nyla. Nyla's not being played all that often, but I'm assuming that when she does get picked, she will win. I will go with Sylas. Who will be played in the most different roles at Worlds? Well, this could again be Ashe or another champion. Is there any champions that can be played in 3 different roles? And technically Graves could, and he did get buffed, so he could be played in top, jungle, and mid lane, but doubt that that will happen. You could also see Karma and Lulu, but Lulu just got nerfed. The Karma, but I'm not sure how much Karma top lane is played. I don't really see it that often. Sometimes I see Karma mid. Obviously also support. Oh, it has to be Maokai, no? I think Maokai because he got changed. But it has to be Maokai because he got buffed in jungle, obviously, and also in support and top lane. So I'm gonna go for Maokai. Who will have the most total deaths at Worlds? What champion will have? This will be a champion that is being played a decent amount, and it will be a champion that will typically be tank and frontlining. So Ornn would be something that comes to mind. I don't really think we're gonna see that many tanks in bot lane. So for support, it could also be Sejuani. I actually think Sejuani is a good shout. So I'm gonna go with Sejuani here because Sejuani top is being played as well as jungle, and those are the two roles that I do believe that will be playing tank most of the game throughout Worlds. So perfect. Those are my champion pick'ems. Players who will have the highest KDA at Worlds. So it's between Chovy, Viper, and Chovy, Viper. Chovy, Viper. Is there anyone else that could be a contender for this? Sure, I am out. Highest KDA. So something that I would say is that Holy Phoenix typically does have a pretty good KDA, but it will only be against like weaker teams. Whenever they play against stronger teams, they will have um, trouble. This Gala's also up there. Viper, probably between those four, but I will just go for Chovy. I do believe mid lane will have more impact on the entire map compared to ADC. Who will play the most different champions at Worlds? Here I was actually thinking about putting caps. I feel like it will be a European player that will play the most different champions. And yeah, I'm just gonna go for caps. Who will get at least one pentakill at Worlds? Just one. So here I'm thinking mainly AD carries. So that would again be Viper, Ruler, and Gala. I'm thinking Gala, because Gala and RNG is playing in play-ins. And obviously play-ins teams are quite weak, generally speaking, at Worlds. So I will go for Gala here. Who will get the most first blood kills at Worlds? So here obviously jungle. A carry jungler would be a good shout. Otherwise, it would be probably where junglers typically gank the most. But I think I'm gonna go for a carry jungler. Depends if we're gonna see Lee Sin. If we do end up seeing Lee Sin at Worlds, I think Tian can be pretty good. Peanut can be pretty good shout. But if we don't see Lee Sin at Worlds and we instead just see these typical like Trundle, Jarvan, Sejuani type of lanes, then typically even if the jungler ganks a lane, he won't typically be getting the kill, he will rather give the kill. But let's hope that Tian picks Lee Sin at Worlds and he gets a bunch of first bloods. Who will get the most kills in a single game at Worlds? This could again be RNG because they are playing in play-ins. Thinking of picking a play-ins team. I'm assuming that play-ins will be the most bloodthirsty type of games. I feel like RNG will just stomp harder than Fnatic and Mad Lions. Maybe you could go for Unforgiven or Upset, but Upset and Hylissang has COVID, and they will not be uh, joining Worlds at first, but I don't know what the solution is yet, so I don't think we'll pick anyone from Fnatic due to the fact that we simply don't know what's gonna happen with Fnatic. So Fnatic seems like an int pick as of right now. So let's just go for RNG. And who within RNG would I like to? Could be Gala again. Could also Xiaohu. Just to mix it up, I'm gonna go for Xiaohu. There we go. Players being done. So then we have teams. Which team will win Worlds? So here I think that JDG has a pretty good shout. I'm gonna go for JDG. I think they can make at least a very good run, if not like I would not be surprised if they make it to finals. I think if they don't make it to finals, that would be surprising to me. Which team will place first at playing group A? It has to be Fnatic. Even though we don't know what's gonna happen with them because of bot lane having COVID, I have to go with Fnatic because I feel like they will be the best team. And in group B, it has to be RNG. It will be RNG, DRX, or Mad Lions, but I'm gonna go for RNG. Which team from a region with 2 seeds or less will advance furthest through Worlds? We have PCS, LJL, CBLOL, LCO, VCS, TCL, LLA, VCS, PCS. So I don't think that LJL will make it that far. TCL, pretty sure also haven't made it that far. LCO, I definitely also don't think is gonna make it that far. PCS could maybe. CBLOL, I also don't think. LLA, I also don't think. It has to be either VCS or PCS. But it has to be GAM Esports. At least in my opinion. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? Which team? Which team? I don't think I'm gonna pick an LCK or LPL team. I could be looking more towards EU or NA teams. Possibly Rogue or G2. But I think I'm just gonna go with G2. Yeah. Could actually also be Mad Lions, but I'm gonna go with G2. How many reverse sweeps will there be at Worlds out of 11 total best of fives? There's definitely gonna be more than 0. There will also be more than just 1. So I'm either between 2 or 3 plus. I feel like that's really tough to say. Because matches can be very uneven. I'm gonna go for 2 in this one. How many pentakills will there be at Worlds? Definitely not 0, definitely not 1, so it's again between 2 and 3 plus. Surely there are gonna be more pentakills than there are gonna be reverse sweeps. Surely, there has to be. What will be the longest duration of the longest single game at Worlds? 44 minutes and 59 seconds or less, 45 to 49 and 59 seconds, 50 to 54 and 59 seconds, or 55-minute plus games. I don't think it's going to be 55 plus unless neither of the two teams are playing for dragons early on, because it will take 20 minutes to get 4 dragons, and let's say one team contests one, there will be 25. That would mean that they would have to start drakes at 30 minutes into the game, but 25 minutes into the game. So 55 plus is way too long for a game in modern day League of Legends. 50 to 54, I believe it's 45 to 59 or 45 to 49, 59. And I don't think there are going to be many of those type of games. I think there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 that will go into this, and the rest will be 44 minutes or less. How many Baron steals will there be at Worlds? 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, or 9 plus? I don't think it's going to be 9 plus. I also don't think it's going to be 0 to 2, so I'm between 3 and 5 and 6 and 8. How many games are being played at Worlds? So we have 11 best of fives. We have all the play-ins. That's 10, right? Plus all the group stages. Then 6 each. 9 each, I think. Let's go for 6 to 8. Which Drake will be the most killed at Worlds? Cloud, Ocean, Mountain, Infernal, or Hextech. So this partially is RNG because we don't really know which Drakes will spawn. But it also which Drakes will be prioritized the most. And will teams contest post second Drake? Personally, in my own solo queue games, it's Cloud. But I also believe that I'm just really unlucky when it comes to the Drakes. So my mind is saying that it should be Cloud. And I don't really have a different reason, so this is purely off my solo queue games. I'm gonna go for Cloud Drakes. So there are my Pick Ems. All 20 of them completed. Let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Most importantly, who do you think wins Worlds? I think this is the best question out of all the questions that are here. So who will win Worlds? Let me know in the comment section down below. And then, yeah, if you're hyped for Worlds, then like this video and comment who you think is gonna win and subscribe because I'm gonna be doing a bunch of content around Worlds. So if you're excited for that and you don't want to miss out on it, then the easiest way is simply to subscribe. It is free. And yeah, then I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video or in my next live stream on Twitch.